well, to my recollection, it's probably not true. It's probably my interpretation of what really happened, but
I noticed they were all looking at Armin. He's got his hands up behind the turntable. I'm like,
we just had 2 fast cars and 2 actors.
So I still remember, almost had a nervous breakdown.
yeah, the clock thing is it's like going back in time. Takes you back to clocks always add a certain tension to a song. I don't know why. It's funny. It's because it's actually only 3 sounds. It's like the sub bass, the atmosphere. And then the sawtooth.
Hey guys, what's up? Armin van Buuren here. Welcome to a historic moment. This is what it feels like. This is day 1.
Nobody here knocking at my door.
And it's going to be pretty intense.
The sound of silence I can't take anymore. Nobody ringing my telephone now.
I finished my album Mirage in 2010. I did a tour for that one. I was voted #1 DJ in the world for the 4th time by DJ Magazine. I had an amazing career. My radio show reached episode 500. This is probably a good moment just to try something else. I mean, as much as I love trance music, I still do. But I felt like I wanted to express myself in a different way. So I still remember to this day when This Is What It Feels Like came out, and everything changed after that.
Nothing to hold but the memories.
I didn't really choose to work with Trevor Guthrie. I think it's good to state that.
Oh, they remind me of the battle I faced.
I took the chords that were in Armin's track, the original demo, and I went to the piano and I just started writing this song that came out, and it was...
I didn't know, but Trevor used to be part of Soul Decision, which was a super famous boy band from the early 2000s.
We had a #1 on MTV America and a top 5 in the US radio. I wasn't actually thinking this was something that Armin would like, because in my mind this is a sad song.
Until I came up with the piano riff, the famous... And then all of a sudden, wow, it felt like everything came together. And I sent the demo to Michael, I think it was my manager, in August or September, I don't know.
When Armin sent me the song, the demo, and when I was playing it in my car, I was already so excited to release it, right?
I remember that it was my idea to shoot the video first, get that perfect.
I want to release this next week.
So I said, no, we're going to do a super cool video.
I did a couple of music videos before for Armin. I wanted to stay away from the usual DJ video, like turntables, sexy girls shot in Ibiza. We thought that this would need a little bit of a different treatment.
The first idea I had for the video was, it was 2 guys trying to make fun of each other. So I had an idea that he was playing scraps or cards or blackjack or whatever, and I would steal a card from him, or make sure that his chair, that he would fall down, and he would push me in the pool.
And when I heard that story, first of all, I found it really lame. It was supposed to be shot in Miami because he was in the middle of a tour, but I still wanted to have that Hollywood movie feel to it. The Fast and Furious or Breaking Bad, like a buddy movie kind of thing.
We first played in I think Miami. From there we flew, I think 6 hours.
So we only had a window of 1.5 days to shoot the whole video.
And then went to Barstow, shady hotel, 3 stars.
I was already happy that the beds were at least clean.
Completely different than we used to. Get up early in the morning, and then we shot the music video for This Is What It Feels Like.
Camera's rolling and camera is spinning. And action.
My name is Rolf Deakins and I work as a director of photography, and I work for the big streamers like Disney, Netflix, feature films.
So that's why I was really happy also that Rolf was available to shoot with me. Also because we both have a love for action movies like Bad Boys, you know.
But with music videos you always have a smaller budget than like a big feature film. You need stunt doubles, you need precision drivers. So what we did, we put our lead actors and our talent in the muscle cars and let them drive themselves 160 miles an hour through the desert.
Like I said, I wanted to have an American approach. I didn't want to have a Porsche or Ferrari, but I wanted to have American muscle cars. And the fastest production car available at that time was a Ford Mustang Shelby, which is like a limited edition. I believe there were like 5 of them.
But, it's a guy's dream coming true. I mean, this baby has 850 horsepowers. I mean, even if you're not into cars, you gotta love this.
And action!
It is really funny to me how I actually didn't meet Trevor before we shot the video. I met Trevor on the day we started shooting.
When I showed up on set to shoot the video, I knew really nothing about Armin. You know, it was like, okay, well, we don't really know each other that well, but we got to play buddies, you know.
If you look at the video, you see, you know, it looks like we're two buddies.
The energy was great between them. I mean, they hit it off right away.
Well, he's gonna go handheld now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can do that. That would make more sense. I gotta fake it.
Do what?
I gotta fake it.
And we're speeding!
One of my favorite scenes in the music video is the helicopter. Nowadays you would use a drone. Instead of hiring a helicopter with a stabilized head under it, we took the door out, handheld, but just with the seatbelt on. We stabilized the shots in post-production, and I think it looks awesome.
The thing that also is a very important part of the whole music video are the locations. You have the Baghdad Cafe, and there's another location which I really loved, was Roy's Motel. Enrique Iglesias, Hero, was shot there. California with Brad Pitt and Juliette Lewis was shot there, and The Hitcher. You can come up with a script and with a great idea. It all has to work out, and it did. I mean, there was a huge chemistry between the two.
I think we both hit it off. I mean, we were both cracking jokes. We both loved Star Wars. We both had, you know, similar interests. You know, we both came from musical backgrounds. So yeah, I mean, it was, you know, you watch the video, it looks like we've been friends for life, and you know, we're still friends now. So it was a great start to a great relationship.
Oh, without you now, this is what it feels like.
I have to be honest with you, it was such a departure at that time from everything I'd done before. Pete Tong from BBC Radio 1 was so excited about the song that he asked to premiere the song on Radio 1. As soon as Pete Tong started to play This Is What It Feels Like, it was just nothing but bad comments.
Also actually a lot of negative comments, especially from his existing fans.
Not only was the initial response not very positive, because my fans didn't like it, or some of my fans didn't like it. On the contrary of what I thought, it became a global smash. It was my first Grammy nomination. It was my first platinum plaque in the US.
#1 song in 31 countries, Grammy nominated, multi-platinum record selling around the world. So
I think it changed his career because it was a global hit, and a global hit is something special.
you know, that song took us on a ride for, I'd say, 2 to 3 years.
So instead of me taking it more easy, it became busier than ever. I remember when Trevor first joined us on tour.
The first time I stepped on stage with Armin was in Ultra in Miami. It was 50,000 people. It had been 12 years since I had played a show that big with my boy band Soul Decision, touring with NSYNC and Destiny's Child. And you know, for me, I'm used to where I'm singing, I'm engaging with the crowd, the fans are all looking at me. But in this situation, I noticed they were all looking at Armin. He's got his hands up behind the turntable, and I'm like, wow, that kind of threw me off a bit. It was weird. It took me a few shows to kind of get used to his type of crowds.
I'll never forget, like the first time we did it, it was kind of not so good, and then you know, during the tour, the more we did it, the better he became at it, and the better he owned the crowd, if you know what I mean.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, like I said, we became buddies, but he owned that song. And I remember him sitting on the last show, I think it was Belgium or something. He was crying in the dressing room because he said, "This has probably been one of the most beautiful times in my life, and I'm going to miss these people so much."
Epic. You love that? I love it.
That's the second time in my career I got to do that. I did that with Soul Decision. You know, when you have a song like that, it really takes you on a ride, and if you're lucky, you get 2 to 3 years out of it. It's I'm sure we'd both love to do it again.
Well, I'm realizing now that time flies when you're having fun. It's now 2023. It's 10 years ago that this track came out. And so I'm working on my Ultra Miami set. Ultra Miami is special because it's kind of the start of the DJ season. And that sort of coincided with the celebration of 10 years. This is what it feels like. So I was like, I'm going to go into the studio and remix my own song, which is something I haven't done a lot. And yeah, so I've created a 2023 version for my sets of This Is What It Feels Like. The atmosphere, and then the sawtooth. It's great because, you know, for me, the past and the future come together in this mix. So I really can't wait to play it this year, and I hope the fans will like it. So it's a great opening track. So.